We go. Hello and welcome everybody back to the dumbass class, and I've noticed my little thingy-majigger now. Are we going to work now? No, never mind, we'll carry on without it. Hello and welcome back to the dumbass class, everyone, with me, the Dyslexic Gamer, as we carry on our tabletop RPG series, Dark Heresy series, with another episode. So, a shout out to Hook Sounds, who may be providing some music in this episode. We'll see. We will see. Go to them for all your royalty-free needs, music needs. So, in the last episode, our group had spent some time gathering the needed supplies to infiltrate the Schola Terrenia. It was having an open day, and they saw an opportunity to investigate the premises without bringing up any suspicion. So, they gathered a disguise kit, put on their false identities, and made their way to where Ezio, to the location that Ezio had discovered. Once there, they found the Schola Terrenia. There were a number of essentially servants, but these would be like the head waiter, the servant in charge of hiring on new servants. So these were people of note within the servant part of these noble houses, or guild. But they didn't bother taking any notice of them. They walked straight through into the Schola itself. I believe they were heading to the main hall on the first floor, which has been set up with a number of the younger children to show off how the Schola trains their students and the different things that they are being taught. So as our invisible camera dives down from the heights of the Schola back down to the ground, swooping in through the main doors and into the hall, it catches back up with our group, who I believe are being led by Liliana with her false identity, her pleasure boy Mordecai, who I think the group decided were going to give him a disguise as well, or at least put makeup on him. Yeah. And the two bodyguards, Darius and Ezio.
Yarb.
So this very large greeting entryway, it looks like it was extremely grand a long time ago, and it has not had proper upkeep since. It's been kept clean, and as you look around, the area is clean, but all the wood has become tarnished. All the varnish on the woodwork has begun to peel and crack and blister. The paint is flaking and falling away in places. As you look up to the ceiling, you can see that there are murals painted on the ceiling. The traditional variety. This is the God Emperor and his saints. This is depictions of basically picture any holy mural in any great cathedral or church or holy place in our realm now. And insert big old Astartes, Space Marines, the God Emperor.
Fabulous Hawk Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Emperor and Sanguinius would be the most common ones.
Actually, to be honest with you, this is in the Ultima Segmentum, so
be more. Yeah, Girly Man.
Probably be Girly Man.
And Girly Man will be even more prominent in a couple of years when everything explodes. But
when he revives,
when everything explodes, yeah.
When most of the Psychers in the Imperium die.
Yep.
I won't need a grenade after all.
You're still in the grenade, but
yeah, The Psychers won't be alive, but the things they bring through.
Oh boy. Ooh,
So-
5,000 on the dot.
Ooh, very
Nice.
average.
You go through the wooden archway that brings you into the ground floor Great Hall. This is a very large chamber. You can see that it has wood paneling going up half the walls, and then it has what was once a very fine wallpaper going up the rest of the wall. It has large wooden, and you think it's a long way up, you think it's real wood, wooden arched beams that span the ceiling. It has a nice echo, and as you come in you can see that all the flooring down here, whilst not of, it's of a very fine polish, and there's that lovely clicking noise as you. But once you come into this area, you can see. Sure.
Could you repeat the entire sentence because you cut out every few
Yeah.
words for me?
Yeah, you did.
I apologize,
really?
but
I'm not sure.
it was
what's going-
bad.
Yeah, I was worried it was my internet.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm just seeing if it's happening on the stream as well. If it's something to do with my system, or if it's push to talk. So
That's all right. You were clear then.
It might be push to talk, just the
Yeah.
way it's.
Yeah, the way it kept cutting out, it sounded like push to talk. To be honest.
Do you use push to talk all the time, or have you just started using it?
no, I always use push to.
Just happened again.
Yeah.
Like as
Yeah,
you said that.
And
So
again,
what did you actually hear, or is it still?
we're
Wood.
not way.
Yeah. Wood.
We're going
fire,
into some fancy
click.
room.
Yeah.
No, about the session. I don't know where Jim got cut out or Waldo got cut out there. So,
Okay,
what was the last thing you
so
heard relevant to the
how's
session?
Something about wood and click clack sound, but it was really broken, so I didn't get the in between bits.
so how's this? How's this now? Am I cutting out? Is it, give me a shout if it.
It cut out
Just-
again, but that was
Give
fine.
me a shout. Good.
Yeah. It's like perfect timing.
Okay, I will turn off push to talk. I'm not quite sure what's going on then, because I actually have just put it to 0 delay, and I had it on a lot of delay. Oh no, hang on.
Don't you need a lot of delay? Isn't it delayed till it disengages?
Yeah, the more
Okay.
delay, the better, because then it'll stay active for a little bit longer. If you have 0 delay, it'll cut out instantly.
I mean, that's why I
Okay,
use.
I've added on more delay than what I normally have, so we'll see if it works. So as you're looking down, the floor is of this lovely polished stone. It's not marble, but it's of a lesser quality stone, but still it gives that lovely click clacking sound as you walk. As you go into the ground floor grand hall, you can see that there's wood paneling all the way along the sides, but the wood has become tarnished. It's no longer as nice as what it once was. There's wallpaper going up the rest of the wall. Again, parts are peeling, faded through time. At the ceiling, there's large wooden beams that span the complete length of the hall.
Okay.
Did you all hear that?
Yes.
Was there any cutting out?
Yes.
No gets out.
No cutting out.
Not for me.
Not once for me this time.
So.
Okay, cool. So as you enter and you take in the room, you can see that on all four corners of the room there seem to be where the wooden crap, I've forgotten what it's called now, where the wood's on the wall that goes around. In all of the corners there's a much larger piece of wood that's been carved into a imperial saint, a very nondescript, a hallowed woman, in 4 different positions. So one of them she's kneeling in prayer, the other one she has her hands up to the sky looking very saintly, staring up at the sky. In another she has what seems to be, and I'll tell you this for our concept, it's like a lady of judgment. So she has the scales and a sword. Whereas for you guys, most of you wouldn't. It'd be up to your world where you came from if they still use that iconography for justice. And the 4th one is her just doing the Holy Aquila across her chest. There's a number of children. They are all quite young to very young, all performing different tasks. The first ones that you see seem to have cognate units that have been brought in for the demonstration, and they seem to be working away on them. In other children, you can see that they're doing puzzles which test mental arithmetic, problem solving. Other children, you can see it looks as if it's been set up for them to do weighting, but really difficult weighting. So they're essentially walking along balancing plates on points and trying to keep things all together and put them on the table without anything spilling or falling or making any noise. And then there are other children where they seem to be doing like fitness regimes, like push-ups, sit-ups, squats, and things of that nature.
Okay. Is there any clear doors or doorways that appear to be like side rooms or side rooms or staff hallways and such leading off from the main hall?
So yes, there are 2 side doors at the other end of the Great Hall.
Okay. At a glance at the moment, is there guard there or someone standing outside it? Not have to be active guard, but someone who looks to be official staff or anything?
No.
Okay.
So there are tutors in the Great Hall looking over at the children and keeping the children in line, but there's no one actually guarding those doors.
Yeah, there's no.
You can see 2. You can see 2 in grey robes. There's 2 adults basically in grey robes.
Okay. All right. I'll point out. I'll just make a quick whisper motion to Ezio, like some side rooms might have some info, but we'll check them out later. For now, just follow. So, letting Liliana lead the way. She's the one in
just
charge.
Following the dude that is guiding us and looking at you.
You haven't got a guide.
We don't have a guide, no. We were given the option of going.
So it's a school open day. You don't have a teacher following you around. You were told that what's going on, that the ground floor is demonstrations, basically. The first floor is the dining hall, where the main guy is with some tutors and some people who are looking to acquire some labourers or skilled, person. But there's no one like following you around going, oh yes, this way and that. You were told you go up the stairs or you go into the grand hallway. They can see you. The two people who are out front can see you. I mean, it's a big open space. For one of you to sneak off from the group, okay, they might not notice, but it's not like you can just disappear out of their sight easily. This is all very open.
Okay, I'm gonna observe one of the tech kids. Because
oh no,
it is no longer with us. And Mordred does have a tendency of kidnapping children, but perhaps we could kidnap one.
You buy a child one time.
You buy a child one time and you're labeled a child trafficker.
Hey, we'll get you to buy another one and everything will be fine. Because here's the thing. I'm just looking, so I'm pushing forward, looking at the kids. And this is the ground floor still, right? And the up floor was something else.
Upper floor is a dinner, or like a feast kind of thing laid out, wasn't it?
Just so you know, Darius, I can't actually see that message that you just
No, I know.
posted.
I just put it up there.
The Raccoon can.
Yeah. I know.
Sorry, the Soon Raccoon can, and I can't. And I was just like, why can I not see this? Why is the Soon Raccoon Shut up. If only I had a real raccoon, I'd be so happy.
Spice little fuckers.
Look, the raccoon needs some loving too.
Okay, so you wish to have a look at the children running. Okay, so there's one on the left and the right of the room. There are two tutors, like I said. They seem to be in the middle. One's closer to you guys. One's closer to the end of the hallway. But they seem to be pacing up and down. Like you can see that one of the kids on the Cognite is basically going through and looking for reference words. So he's going through and taking that has a certain word referencing in it.
I wish we had one of those when we were actually researching.
It's basically what you. Yes, as far as I'm aware, it's one of those jobs that you would have if you're an accountant and you wanted to hire a child. This would be something of note to you. If you check over the other child, they're actually taking out documents that have numbers attached. Quickly sifting through data and taking out just the ones that. Give me a scrutiny perception test to see if they are actually doing a good job of it. Yeah, no, I'll be kind. I'll say scrutiny perception, even if you don't actually understand what they're doing.
Any of us?
Any of you can do this. Yeah, any of you.
Alright, there we go. Get rid of the 80. I wasted an 11. So.
Get rid of the fucking 77.
Ezio, after your time with the Cognite units aboard the ship, you're looking at this kid who's just going down, just taking out files and quickly putting them to one side, and there's another screen there, so you can look down and see what files he's pulled out, and you can see they're all related to the same topic, the same. You're just like, motherfucker, how much is this little kid? But even you're thinking about it, just seeing that this kid seems to be very
Honestly,
proficient
out
at
of
what he's doing.
character, I am tempted.
Look, we're just kids. Morgan Kai.
To put it in,
so none of us get stained.
To put it into references for you,
I'm sad I
Ezio, that
can't.
you'd understand. It's like watching like the best recruit out of the regiment field stripping their las gun and putting it back together. You know, you can see they're making mistakes. You can see they're not as proficient, but damn, if that recruit survives their first engagement, they'll be a veteran of all veterans. So you can at least inform the group that they seem to be being taught proficiently.
I do. Also, I'm sad I can't put a flag on him, Mordecai's target.
Liliana.
What?
I'm sorry, what?
By a kid?
What?
Liliana, I need you to give me a intelligence awareness.
Oh,
I believe
crap.
you're going to need
Intelligence
to roll.
awareness.
I believe you're going to need to roll your intelligence with your awareness added on.
Okay.
But I don't think it's an actual roll in the game. It's the only way I can think of doing this.
Awareness intelligence is actually a thing.
Yep.
Oh, is it actually a
And
thing?
it's actually better than my perception. So I'm happy.
You were saying?
It's still better than my perception. It's still a 35 instead of a 30. I will use on the fate points that I have. So, just why not? Ooh,
Hey!
Thank you, Lady Luck.
Very, very good use of fate point there.
4 Yeah, degrees. because-
As
I should find
you
it.
take your eyes off of the child at the Cognite and you're not really sure, they were doing something, you're positive of that, but you're not entirely sure how well they did. And as you come into the center of the hallway again, Ezio just gives you a nod and maybe a murmured whisper as he walks past you, informing you of their proficiencies. You look up as this happens and scan the room. The tutors take no notice of you. They are diligently going over the children and correcting some parts and readjusting other calculations or jobs that they are doing. When you see a girl.
Oh.
A girl who
Oh,
stands
no.
out from the rest of
Oh,
the
shit.
children in here in drab grey clothes. They're all dressed the same, and yet for some reason this girl stands out to you.
I
She
know exactly
performs
who
her
she is.
task diligently, but you stare at her for just a moment longer before you remember her name. Isn't that
Is
May?
she- Hold up, May from the
Poison.
the Poison Kids, the bar, the kid.
Yes.
Wait, what?
Shit, I'm gonna have to buy that kid.
Fuck.
The small
God damn
girl,
it.
the small girl who looked up to,
This is
who was
not
left in
like-
the Poison Kisses bar when they went on lockdown, when the acid riot attacked all those weeks ago.
Oh boy.
Look, it's not my fault. I have to rescue her. I'm not buying a kid like Mordecai did.
You're always
Hey.
buying a kid.
I rescued a kid as well. And
By buying
helped save the Imperium.
And
By
stuck
buying
him
a
in an
kid?
ISO cube.
Yeah.
Little May, yeah, Little May. I have her in my notes. Shit.
Oh boy.
I'm just going to, with a single, with a motion of my hand, I'm just gonna make, a finger point at Darius without looking. Just make a motion for him to come closer.
I approach.
Bob, do you see that kid up there?
Which one?
I'm going
There's
to
quite a few kids.
I'm gonna try not to be looking too much. I'm just gonna describe Little May to him.
The sexy one.
The one in
No,
dress.
no, 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 no.
Also, no.
Back to the Vatican.
No.
Vatican is
so
booked
worth
up.
it.
I mean, it isn't the Vatican. The Vatican is boys, so.
It's okay, everyone.
Yes,
Mordecai
okay, I
was
think.
ordained recently. His tastes have changed a little bit. We will try to
Don't
tempt.
you know? It's part of the process. You have to buy a kid, put it in a stasis pod, and then you get ordained as a priest.
Oh,
That's how
okay.
it's-
Okay.
Nope.
Oh god. Right. Okay. Yes, I take
Well,
note of
also
the young
distinct
girl.
thing, though.
Okay. I'm just gonna say, Bob, that right there is Little May. Do you remember the bar child from the Poison Kiss?
Darius never met this child. The only two
No.
people who met this child were you and our dear
Jenny.
cog girl. Yep.
Jenny.
Shit. I'm just gonna.
I don't know her. Why should
That little girl right there was actually very nice to us, and she's the little girl from one of the barmaids from the Poison Kiss. How the hell did she end up here? I don't know, but probably during the lockdown caused by the poison. Acid riot, sorry. I do believe if there is one kid that we have to purchase with all the money we currently have, is that kid. Because
I would say silently. God damn it! I lost my sentence.
I'm just gonna still, without looking, I'm just gonna say she is, well, she's a kid of a member of the Poison Kiss, and if we do rescue her, she's probably gonna be the best asset we have because she has had eyes on this place for how long has it been since that riot?
Yeah, a couple of weeks. Real quick though. I'm gonna say hold off for now. We need to learn a little bit more information before we just jump into throwing away more cash. Because don't forget, our main priority here is to do with money. We can't just go splashing around cash, especially since we've already just spent a good portion of that on another kid.
That's not my fault.
I'm just asking to show a little bit of restraint at the moment. We need to find a little more information. It doesn't seem like she's going anywhere, and there's always the possibility of a private meeting.
Fair enough, but we should at least try to find a price tag, just in case.
I think the main thing is we need to go back to that bar to find out what happened. Because if she just went missing, it'd be good to know if the mother is still alive, because what are we going to do with it?
At this point, I'd like to just go over to them and say, Mistress, you're taking a long time. Is there... And I nervously look around. It's like, is something wrong? Just very clearly trying to signal, you're taking a long time here.
I'm just gonna... Because I'm currently watching the kids working. I'm not looking at Little May anymore to, not give away. I'm just gonna move a few steps forward to look at the other kid that is working the Kajite. And I'm going to whisper to Mordecai. I'm gonna remember saying the aliases every time. Oh, Mordred, that little kid over there that I was just describing to Darius, Little May. She's a daughter of a member of the Poison Kids. And I've met her.
Didn't think you'd be looking to replace me so soon, mistress.
I'm just gonna stop dead in my tracks, turn my head around, look at you and say, "Yeah, with between my teeth, you're irreplaceable, Mordred." Just keep moving.
Right. One thing I want to get clarified up real quick. Is this just a demonstration area, or are these kids who are of age to be sold? So I believe the ones that are to be sold are upstairs.
They are far
These
too.
are just...
These would be far too young to be sold
they're
off
like
to indentured
inductees.
servitude. Yeah, these are the young children who are getting trained. So this is just a place to show you how the children are trained. So when you see them as adults or young adults, you know that they are competent, that they were trained this way. So when they can be asked questions and so on, and you can test their skill essentially.
So just to
I
point
thought they were
that
ready
out.
for sale.
No, this is the point that
these children. These children are like between. How old before a child stops becoming annoying, becomes competent? Let's say 7 to. No, these are like 7 to
9,
13-year-olds in this place. So they're still far too young to be sold off into indentured servitude. Yes.
Okay, that gives Leanna's heart. That gives my heart a little bit of ease now, because I thought she's gonna be sold at any second. I have to save her, but if she's it's not that bad. It's not that bad.
I mean,
the ones
you get what I mean.
doors.
What?
Don't know what happens behind closed doors. To play devil's advocate.
I'll give you a chance. So do I make this just for a few of you? No. We'll say you've spent long enough in this room. You wouldn't be stood in one place. You would have looked at the other tasks that everyone is doing. Can you give me a logic test with -10?
Oh boy.
And that's for any of you.
Logic with -10. I'm looking for anything 5 and under.
I'm looking for an additional one.
Yeah, why not?
I'm gonna spend a fate to re-roll that.
I mean, you're the only one who can.
Oh wow! I actually
shit,
rolled a
so close.
14.
So close.
No.
All the way, but still.
No, my fucking no, my dice are cursed right now.
No, you don't. You look around and you just don't see anything up. This all looks perfectly logical, really. I mean, the children are being trained. I mean, what more is there to say?
Actually,
I'll give you an awareness check to see the children themselves. Make it awareness. No. Sorry, scrutiny fellowship, because you're scrutinizing the children.
I
Yes,
was about to ask if I could look at the kids. Scrutiny fellowship. Come on, ladylike.
Can I also?
I'm gonna use a fate point.
Can I also do a
Wow.
If that's okay, Dist. Jesus Christ, my roll.
Come on, guys, you got this. Any of you, please.
Okay, so far I've rolled a 77, an 82, a 94, an 81, and a 94.
Please to buffer.
Okay, so thankfully one of you manages to pull something out of the
Arse.
out of the box. So as the rest of the group is kind of looking around and they don't quite get what they're really meant to be looking for, dealing with children is a difficult one at best. Darius, perhaps you just blanked your mind of the orphans on your home world, but Ezio has remembered the dead look in children's eyes when they have been through truly traumatic things, and as he looks over the room, you don't see any children. They're downbeat. They're they're orphans in a charitable school. They're not exactly happy, but they do have life in their eyes. They're not completely dead-eyed looking at their jobs and performing them like robots. And occasionally you do see some of the children get a quick couple of words in with their work partner, or they have a little giggle at how some of the well, for one, how some weird people have entered the room, and one of them keeps calling the other one mistress and looks kind of weird. You've noticed that the children do have a little snigger at that. So you don't get the feeling that they're broken. Or shall we just say they're not sexually abused, or at least not that much?
Yes.
Dude.
Oh, right. So some of them are dead-eyed, more or less.
No, none of them are dead-eyed. As Ezio looks around, don't get me wrong, these are lost children. They're not all smiles and giggles, but they don't have that look of someone who has been mentally and physically abused. You don't see any
look
of
like
that.
they have some ambitions in life.
Yeah,
That's an ambition.
like some of,
like
particularly
what?
the ones on the cognate. Well, no, so you would have known this from your research and just being in 40k. Children who go to Scholams get a foot up in the world, because normally they come from the dregs of society. So if you're born in the underhive and somehow your mother manages to die in the middle hive, and you're lucky enough to get picked up and get taken to a Scholam, you can rise through the ranks. You can actually have a decent life for an Imperial citizen. So for the ones on the cognates, they're performing tasks which, you could sit there and go, well, I can see them running up the ranks and actually having a future. Unlike the children that you see in the underhive who are, digging through trash to find something they can sell or eat, or both.
Then there's the Schola Virginia, which is only for Imperial Guard orphans, which are the ones that get the biggest leg up.
Yes, definitely. You can be a commissar too.
You can be a commissar, a sister of battle, or a stormtrooper.
Either way,
Fuck
you're
being a
going to
storm.
die like your parents.
I'm
Pretty
pretty
much.
You're going to die either way.
So what would you like to do otherwise? Is there any other information you want from the ground floor?
Not question, but does it look like there are mechanicus here?
I would doubt it.
Can I do something silly?
No.
Can
I
try to
can't
use
stop
my
you, I can only punish you.
Well, the two things I want to do is one, do Sinisians, and then two, do warp perception.
Problem is, I don't want to do
What
any
is
of
that
those.
second one?
No,
In
no,
that
I'm not going to say anything.
specifically.
It's entirely up to
I'm not
you.
gonna
You
medic-
have just done a Sinisians where, you were close to getting a natural 100.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's up to you.
And,
If you want to do that.
I am kind of paranoid because last time we were here, I felt something. So
You've never been here before.
I thought
we
we'd
could
been
be
here
here.
before on the sex party. Was this not the sex
No,
party?
this isn't.
No,
No,
this
this
is-
isn't
this
the
is
sex
not the
party.
sex-
Oh,
Sex
okay.
party
No, this is
at
the
Charles
Scholam. This is the
Orphan.
Scholam.
No, we did not have the children from the.
Sorry, my brain just fried then. Ignore me. Never mind.
I could have gone really dark. I could have gone really dark, but you're not in the Inquisition yet.
Sorry.
Oh boy.
That was 100% my brain. I very much apologise.
Offer rolls in the children. Get the oil. I'd expect you all to be Inquisition!
I mean, he probably does.
Put your hands up, motherfucker!
Oh boy.
So sure, you can. Sure, you can do your warp perception and sinus.
My brain farted. I thought this was the same place.
It's
I'm not gonna do that.
It's still not a bad idea to actually do it. The clinicians, at least, to see if there is anything that's,
I mean, I'm just gonna occasionally keep doing it then.
Well, I'm gonna do it too, even though I think it's a dumb idea.
Oh, you got it.
Hey, I
25.
got a half decent roll for once.
Nope.
So you don't feel anything out of the usual. This area of the upper hive is actually, for warp side, doesn't seem like it's steeped in as much suffering, misery and decay like the underhive. Still a lot of that around though. You don't feel as if any powers have been used in your in the building's vicinity, as far as you can tell.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
The key person has left because he's a
What was that noise?
No!
Mistress, I have left me.
Oh god, no.
The important key person has left.
Oh god, alright.
It's not good. It's not good.
No, it's not good. Right. Can I get a little
I should also add. I should also add, you do smell the smells of cooking food. You can smell like meats cooking and sweet smells.
Okay.
This is time for us to head up now, right? Unless one of you guys wants to go to the bathroom. Quotation marks.
Not yet. We should get a proper layout first before, because we haven't spotted anyone that would look armed, have we?
So the tutors. Now that you've asked, well, you guys didn't really do very well on your perception rolls or anything like that. So now that you think about it and you look around, the tutors don't hide their tools of discipline, shall we say?
Yeah.
It looks as if each one of the tutors has a flail, a lever flail. So it's got small. Yeah, it's not. It's a cat of nine tails, but
right. Okay. Yeah.
Softer variants. It's still a type of hand flail.
A lash.
And yes, a lash. And they also have what looks like a very, essentially it's a beating stick. I'm not gonna muddy it up too much.
A hard one or a supple one?
A supple one. It definitely looks as if it's a material that has some give in it, but as you look, it's like like the army officer's cane that they walk around with, and they come sometimes smacking their hand in movies. Little bit thicker than that. You can see it's got some give in it, but if you were to be smacked in the back of the leg with it, that would fucking.
It's like bamboo cane.
A lot.
It's a bit shorter. It's a bit like you can't actually use it as a walking cane. It's maybe a foot long. little bit more. And that hangs off one side of each side.
Okay.
But you don't see any guns. You don't see any knives. Nothing high tech. It all looks very low tech.
Okay. Well, I don't want to go off just yet, just in case it draws too much attention to ourselves, and disguises get put under scrutiny early. So if we come back down at a little bit later, I'll try and slip off towards a bathroom. I'll try and get one of you guys to slip off towards the bathroom, and I'll
before we leave, can I scrutinize anything else from the tutors?
Not really. Not from these two. Ezio can inform you that it genuinely looks like they are doing the job of a tutor. He doesn't understand all the tasks that they're having to do, but he can see that they are.
It quacks like a duck. It looks like a duck. It's probably a duck. Something like that.
Kind of, yeah. You can see that they're correcting work, that they're explaining to some of the children where they made the mistake. So you're pretty sure they're doing what they're meant to be doing. They're doing a better job than your drill instructor. He just shouted at you and told you what to do. So, but yeah, there's not much more you can get from the. There's not much more you can get from these tutors in particular.
Just to remind me, the little May is above, right?
No.
Sorry?
This floor. May is on this floor.
I thought she was up on the balcony.
No. You're only on the ground floor. You haven't gone anywhere else, Jim. She's on the ground floor.
No, because I thought you. Never mind. I'm just done. I just misremembering things. I'm gonna ask for. Since none of them know Little May, I'm gonna ask them to go check what she's doing. What is she working on? Just to check on her.
You have got a disguise on. You do realise this, yeah?
Yeah, she's not gonna recognize.
Your face does not look like your face.
I'll go check it. I'll go check it. No, I saw her multiple times. That's the thing. And like it or not, kids do remember things. Some adults will forget. So I'll go check on her.
I'll come with.
Okay, so little May has been cleaned up a little bit more than what she was in the Underhive. Like her face is clean, her hands are clean, blah blah, her hair. Now that you've come over and you're properly looking at the task that she's doing, it's basic problem solving. It's like the kids on the Cognite, you were quite impressed at what they were doing. This seems really basic. Like, not something you'd be impressed at all. But now that you're back here, you're looking at the other children at the back. All their tasks, even the fitness ones, they're very basic.
Ah, okay.
I will give it to you. These children also seem to be the prettiest.
But also, yeah, I was about to ask something along those lines.
Well, some of the boys who are doing exercises, they seem to be the strongest. And, the kids on the Cognite, well, they definitely look like they're, they've got that look of, that air of, that they're kind of smart upstairs. Yeah. And now that you're looking, they all seem to be given tasks that they would genuinely be good at. Like, they don't have the guys who are exercising doing work on cognites, and they don't have.
Yeah, that's kind of common sense for the display. They're trying to make sure that the most visible ones are the most visible and good at their task is going to be at the front. But these ones at the back, they're still on display.
Good at her task. They are all good at their tasks. They're still all good at it, but it's just some of them are more simple. You wouldn't think they would be trained in such simple
compared to the ones we see at the front. These ones at the back are much more simple, but they are still on display for the complete opposite reason, not because of their intelligence. This is out of character, by the way. I'm not saying this out loud in front of all the tutors and shit. So, when Anna is satisfied, I will try and take her aside and mention this when she's finished with what she's planning on doing.
I'm sorry, what did you say? Did you repeat that?
I'll try and take you aside and tell you this when you're finished with whatever you're planning on doing. At the moment, I'm just here to take a look around with you.
No, I'm just looking, and you said these children are the prettier too, right?
The ones in the back are the prettier ones.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look at every single one of them. I don't think I can do a scrutiny check because I've already done it before. I'm just gonna turn around, look at them and say, "Well, time to go upstairs."
Okay. And as we walk off, it's a little whisper, just the ones at the back are given simpler tasks to blend in with their more competent ones at the front, but they're still on display. It might be for a very different reason.
I agree. The other ones are doing the things that are good, like being smart or being very strong. Those ones look like the pretty ones.
Yeah.
There's a nefarious maybe going on, or maybe it's just how they work here. I don't know. Let's keep moving for now.
But like this, you put the ones that are worse at drill in the center of the outfit when you are on parade. That's what I learned in the guard. They're harder to see when they're blended in with everything else, but if you know where to look, you'll still see them.
Well, personally, I've never seen a guy doing drills, so that's good to know. The thing to keep in mind. Yeah,
So,
I do agree with you.
Leave.
But still.
You leave the grand hallway, the grand hall, and you go into the hallway where the staircase leads up. You can have your little conversation as you're going up the stairs. Once you get onto the first floor, the first thing you see is another one tutor. He just gestures and tells you basically which doors are which. Tells you that the dining hall is here, that the leader, is it Richardson? Zoom in. Yes, Richardson. The leader, Richardson, is in there with some other decent sorts. But if you'd like to use the bathrooms, they are over here. He gestures, and you can see the bathroom signs. He tells you that you can go up to the chapel, which is all the way along the corridor. The staircase isn't a grand staircase that goes all the way up. It looks as if there's a staircase on either side of the building. So you zigzag up this building, which is a little bit of an odd layout, but fair enough. He tells you that you can go up to the chapel if you wish, but they don't have any. They don't have any sermons on. There's no. It's you can go in there if you wish to pray to the God Emperor, but there's nothing actually on there. And if you'd like a tour of the classrooms, to ask one of the tutors in the dining hall. Oh, sorry, scratch that. He doesn't say tutors. He says rigorists.
Rigorous.
Rigorists, yes.
Okay.
All right.
If you need to remember what they're called, you rigorously masturbate, and that's.
Oh, for the love of the Emperor.
I think it's more for the love of yourself.
God damn it already.
Sorry, it was too good.
Let's stop with the self-loving dog. Okay,
Especially not when we're dealing with children. Let's.
Yeah.
Really bad.
Oh boy.
I really want to go to the chapel, but I think for now I'm gonna go to the dining area.
Okay, so again, much like downstairs, there's wood paneling, which was the word I forgot earlier. Paneling along the walls, up to about thigh height, and then elbow height, and then up from that is wallpaper. Except from on this, in this hallway, on one side, which is actually the bathroom side, it seems as if a mural was painted along the side, but a really long time ago, and it has not held up at all. You can't really tell what the mural even was of originally. The plaster has blown, and it just looks really run down and dilapidated. But the actual archway, like the wooden doors and archway that lead into the dining hall, do seem to be still standing up to time. Although, again, that general maintenance is desperately needed for this whole build. And now that you're on this floor as well, it does feel kind of drafty in the corridors. But once you get to the dining hall doors, you turn and you can see that there's a number of promethium lights that have been lit, making the area very bright. You can hear the sounds of music coming from within the hall, the sounds of laughter, of talking, and the smells of food. If you're going in there, as you look in from the corridor, you can see two large tables set up. There isn't abundances of food on the tables. It seems as if in each area there's basically a couple of trays of snack foods.
Nibbles.
Yeah, nibbles.
Oh, okay.
Nibbles, not nipples. There's like flagons. There's jugs of drink that seem to be laid out on the tables. You can see a number of much older, these are young adults, who seem to be going round the tables and serving, getting different drinks, bringing foods over. In some cases, as you quickly glance, it looks as if they're just taking things back and forth and doing a job very proficient.
Okay.
At the very end of, much like Hogwarts, at the very end is a raised platform where you can see a number of tutors sat. These are general tutors who are sat with, it seems as if it's someone you recognize. Edward Richardson, who is sat in the middle of the table, talking to a number of the tutors who are sat there.
Who has the notes on Edward? Because I do not have them.
He's the big fat humperdink jowly guy from
Yeah.
the sex party.
He's fat humperdink.
And the leader, or the runner. No, the person in charge of the Schola Terrenia. You can also see, at a quick glance, because you're all kind of in, and this is a double door, like it's a school dining hall, so it's a very large door. You can all turn, have a quick glance and see the people in there. You also see a Midas Alancourt, who was the accountant.
Okay.
I don't think he's one of the
But he is
three,
actually sat on one of the tables.
On one of the tables. What an impolite man.
Yes, he's sat on one of the side tables talking to a person that you have not seen before.
Buxom young lads.
Or lad. Don't be sexist.
I said ladders.
Oh, ladders. Wow, he's a ladder sexual.
That would be up to, you know.
I mean, I came here to go in. There's no reason why not to go in. Staying at the door would be weird.
Right.
So as you walk in, you see two other people. There are two rigorists who are stood either side of the door. Can you give me a scrutiny perception, please? This is specifically on these two individuals.
Scrutiny. I'm using a fail point for this.
Can I do a sinus
Or not.
I rolled moderately okay. Actually, really good.
Scrutiny, perception, or fellowship?
Perception.
Wait,
Perception.
no, there we go. Jesus Christ.
You can do a sinuscience if you. So Liliana, what I will tell you is these two individuals stand like Ezio and Darius. For Mordecai, again, these two individuals stand like Ezio and Darius. And for you, Ezio, these are veterans of some engagement. The dead look in their eyes, like that dead man's stare, the way that they hold themselves, the way that they occasionally twitch or grit their teeth. Or is it just the scars on their hands that these are two individuals who have fought in more than one battle, at the very least?
So this rigor is unlike the ones downstairs. The ones downstairs look like actual, teachers. Let's put it like that. These ones look like,
Gods.
bodyguards. They're a little bit too burly and buff to look like regular teachers.
So I will tell you they are old. They would have been brought out of frontline duty. One of them is quite slim looking. The other was at least once very large, but has let his muscles go to seed and has become more tubby than strong.
Okay. Okay.
And your Sinicience tells you nothing. That no warp power has been used. That you can sense.
Okay.
Or none that you can detect.
You're just too near my sheer warp magnificence to tell.
What magnificent. I didn't notice.
Could have had.
So would you take a seat at the table? At one of the two tables? Would you introduce yourself? How are you doing this?
Which one are we going to approach? Fatterdink or the account? Or? Neither.
Hold up. Auditing?
Hoffer.
Oh,
No, not
is Hoffa here?
No, not Hoffer.
No, not Hopper.
The other one.
Richardson, the fat man with the fedora.
Yes.
You mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Edward Richardson. Yeah, sorry.
You know, this is why I have this. That tells me that we're going to mind us. Like, sorry, Richardson.
Just as well, because I have nothing on Midas.
The owner of the Schola.
Yeah, but like,
No, Midas is the accountant.
Yeah.
So, you decide that you will walk straight up the middle of the dining hall, in between the two tables that have been laid out either side with snacks and drinks on.
Are there
Past the tutors, past the young adults performing their tasks, and you walk up to the end table where Edward Richardson is sat with two tutors either side. He seems to be enjoying a drink and some of the snacks. As you approach, he looks up and... Ah, yes, how can I help you?
Sorry.
Does this help you with a lot of double necks flabbering about?
No, it's his jowls. It's his cheeks. It's his very floppy, very, very pudgy face.
Oh.
Like Winston the Bulldog from the adverts.
The advert?
Yes.
I don't know. That's
It's a British insurance company. Don't worry about it. Anyway.
Yeah, when I
Get in
said
there.
important info.
when I said it, I realised, oh shit, you don't know that.
Just one thing. Richardson, is he a lord or is he just a minister? I don't remember.
He's
I
not a
don't
lord.
know.
He runs an orphanage.
Yeah, he runs the Schola. That's it.
Just remember, he runs an orphanage in 40k.
I mean,
Doesn't-
we're nobles.
No noble would run an orphanage. They're nobles. They don't run. They sit in luxury for the most part.
I mean, some of them come from orphanages.
Oh, I should.
Ah.
I should also describe this room. Again, wood paneling on the walls. Above the wood paneling, however, it seems as if at one point it was a plastered wall that had plastered reliefs. Now, so not at one point, it still has. Some of them are extremely fine, and parts are well preserved. Like you can see what looks like some religious scene. Sorry, I'm not religious, so I don't really look at religious scenes all that much. Some inspiring religious scene of some saint doing something saintly. But then the next panel over has decayed massively, and parts have fallen off, and then other parts are still again in really good nick. But this dining hall would have been absolutely amazing when it was new and in pristine condition, but time has taken its toll on the place, and it feels, whilst it looks warm now that you're in here, it does feel a little chilly. Like just a little bit, even with all the Prometheum lights that are on in here. And as you look around, all the stained glass windows that Ezio saw outside, a number of them are actually in here, in this part of the dining hall. But you can see that some windows have been replaced with just plain glass. Others seem to have just had parts replaced.
Is, is there a pattern to these changes between, for instance, it looks like one type of saint is getting, the attention, the other type of saint is not getting the attention?
No, it's more of if you think of a place that had a really bad leak at one point, like a pipe burst, and they just never had.
Gotcha.
They stopped the leak, but they just never repaired the damage that the leak had done.
Gotcha. So this is the mirrors and the windows is like, if a window gets broken, it gets fixed. Otherwise, it just stays there.
Yeah.
Okay. Before I actually reach him, what did we know about him again? Because the ones that actually researched him were Mordecai and...
Provided I didn't research him so much as at the sex party, I kind of overheard stuff that Fat Humperdinck got recruits for the guy who definitely doesn't have purple eyes.
No, he has
Gotcha.
dark purple eyes. He has very dark purple eyes.
Yeah. I thought we retconned it so he didn't have purple at all.
No, I think we retconned that we don't know he has purple eyes.
No. So I put in chat that I rewatched the video, and I also said last episode when I brought it up that I fucked up, and he just had dark purple eyes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
my purple eyes is a light purple eye. Your purple eyes is a dark purple eye.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
the one we saw at the party had dark purple eyes, the one Albie saw on the street had light purple eyes, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But he provided recruits for that guy.
Okay. Anything else before I start talking to him?
He's the owner / runs this establishment, so he's the boss, and the other guy in the corner is the kind.
I'll try to be polite. I'm trying to think what I should ask him.
So the accountant is sat on another table talking to someone who looks like a prospective buyer of contracts, and seems to be going over money. And he's genuinely brought out contracts, and the other individual's going over them and asking questions and so on and so forth.
Okay.
Fortunately, I think everyone has to go up because,
Yeah, I know. I'm just gonna go up. He said, "Pleasure to meet you," right? I'm going to extend my right hand to him. Mr. Richardson, I believe. It's a great pleasure to meet you. I am Lady Anna Ponsmith. I have a fine establishment here.
Ah, yes, we do what we can do to help the children of Agrafria, but it is not always easy. There are so many mouths that need feeding that, well, as you can see, the fineness around us has crumbled, but the young lives continue to spur onwards. And that's the last time you're going to get the jowly sound, because I can't keep doing it with a straight face.
I don't think I could even do such a voice even if I wanted.
No, it's you slap the side of your cheek skin, your teeth. But if I smile or laugh, I can't do it, and just doing it makes me smile. So, how can I assist you today, Lady Anna? Was it? Do you need servants, or are you looking for? Are you affiliated with a guild? I'm sorry, you didn't tell me who you were affiliated with, but he doesn't actually extend a hand out to you. He looks at your hand and. I'm sorry, I've been eating and I'm very dirty at the moment. And you can see that his hand, one hand is like, you can see now that you're up on the table that there are fatty meats that are on offer and different things that seem to go well with drinking and smoking. Although he isn't smoking, you can see that some of the other prospective buyers are indeed smoking. And he's like, you can see one of the other tutors next to him is reaching over and taking some fatty meat that's covered in some sort of gravy or sauce, and they're not using knives and forks, they're just taking a piece and munching it down.
Jim.
I am muted. Sorry, I need to raise an eyebrow, put my head back and say, yes, I apologize. All rid of me. I'm an envoy. The Pondsmiths. Perhaps you've heard of us.
No. I'm sorry, it's a large galaxy, and I struggle to keep track of all the nobilities and guilds and envoys that are on this world as it is. He looks over at one of the other tutors, and they don't seem to recognize the name.
Well, what can we do? This is a remote planet after all. Anyway, it's like to come here, tell you that you have some fantastic children here on display, but I do find this place does require some repairs, wouldn't you say?
Sorry, can you say that again, Jim? I had a twat on a motorbike with no exhaust go.
I just said, you do have some very fantastic children here. I saw some down there, accountants, and they seem very bright, but unfortunately, your establishment does require some repairs, doesn't it?
Yes, we try to provide our children with the best education that, we can provide. And unfortunately, that is quite an expensive task, as you can imagine. But we don't have the prestige of other Scholams, so we are running on a very tight budget, unfortunately. But because of that, we are able to provide our services at an extremely affordable price, which keeps many of the other lower level manufactorums in good stead with educated workers.
That is great to hear. I mean, is this your entire stock, perchance?
No, by the Emperor, no. If you would care to take a seat on the tables, a data slate will be provided, and you can go through there and request to see the individuals in question. They will come out and show you tasks if they can, or simply show you themselves if you so wish.
Would this data slate include a more specialized stock, perchance?
Can I get a charm roll? -10.
Oh boy. Really wish I had one more thinking about fellowship, but no. Oh, just right.
Wow.
So he seems to be a bit uneasy as you bring up specialist stock. And he doesn't quite answer immediately, and, well, I'm afraid we don't really provide specialist stock. There are a few gifted individuals in my Scholam who are all listed on the data slate, of course. If you were interested in a private meeting, that can be arranged, where you can see a number of the young adults at work, and you can put them through more rigorous tests should you need it. But as for specialist stock, I'm afraid it's not something my Schola really does.
Well, yeah. Anyway, it's a pleasure meeting you. I do believe I might come back. Who knows? Maybe after we've had a better relationship, we can expand our horizons. Let's put it like this. It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Richardson. And I'll leave.
Ah, yes, pleasure to meet you too. As you walk off, where are you walking to? Are you going to a table, or leaving, or to the accountant?
I'm gonna go grab some food. Or a drink, actually.
Sure.
Can I?
Oh, sure.
Can I maneuver myself in such a way to eavesdrop on the accountant? Like,
It depends on which table you sit on. There are two guest tables, shall we call them, set up to the left and right of the hallway, of the dining hall, with a large area in the middle that people can walk up and down, and some space behind the tables once people are sat down, so waiting staff could get round the outside. He is sat on the right hand table. If you're looking from once you've entered, he's on the right hand.
okay. I mean, try and keep up the guard thing. I wouldn't be sitting down and eating with.
I mean, here's the thing. Is there a table near the accountant before I go talk to him? Because, I mean, he's the accountant. Why would someone go say hi to the accountant? But
yeah, if you consider it big long tables, I take it, like large feasting tables, more or less.
If these are again like Harry Potter, let's put it like that. I would try to sit a bit closer to the accountant if you tell me that you want to eavesdrop, or if I see that you want to eavesdrop.
I mean, it's more a case of you can sit wherever you like. I don't have to sit. I wouldn't really have to sit down to eat with you, as just a guard. Doesn't really matter. So as I'm standing, I could just inch myself a little bit closer and make it look as if I'm making sure I'm keeping the rounds more or less.
Sure. I'll just go grab a seat and have a drink and look at the data set.
Okay. So you sit down. Darius, you can try and position yourself to overhear what's going on. Don't really know what role that would be off the top of my head, so I need to look at the character sheet.
Stealth perception.
It would probably be... No, I seem to remember doing this once before. With someone trying to eavesdrop. It's inquiry perception. Because you're trying to overhear what they're talking about, which is why you're using perception. But you're not, because if you try and use stealth in a situation like this, you are going to look a little bit odd. Whereas doing the rounds, listening into their conversation, I think makes more sense.
see. Okay, yeah, inquiry, fellowship,
Perception,
or
because you're not trying to talk. You're not trying to talk to them. You're just trying to listen to what they're talking about.
any negatives?
No negatives, because it's quite a large hall. They're not speaking particularly quietly, just normal. So I'd say flat. Oh, actually, no. You can have a +10. So I'm thinking
well,
it's
still would have failed. Still would have failed. Because my
You
rolls today
overhear
are
a few
fucking
little
trash.
bits. You overhear a few little bits. It mainly seems to be going over contract details, like how many years are they contracted for. You don't catch the rest of the conversation as a prospective buyer clangs a plate trying to get some food. Then you hear a little bit more. You know, do I get a discount if I buy get multiples, things like that. But nothing truly
Right.
important.
Okay. Yeah, alright, I won't be bothered trying it again, I don't think. No, not yet at least. But I'll just take a look around.
Liliana, if you want to have a look around, give me a perception test. Sorry, an awareness test.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Liliana, so as you go through the data slate, there is categories. Even worse, oh no. There are categories, so you can see like they basically, you've got files. So manufacturer and workers, you can open it up and see a list. And it just goes on, you know, drivers, servants. None of them seem to be particularly like seedy or underhanded or anything like that. You have a name on the list. There are no prices on the data slates. On the data slate.
One thing I would
But
like
there
to
is a
check.
call button, and it does look like you can drag the files into basically a waiting box, a cart, and then you can hit a button and it will send these people out to you, so you can check on them, you can have a look, see what they're like.
Gotcha. Are there multiple data slates on the table?
No, once you sat down, one of these servants, young adult servants who's again there to show off their skills, placed a data slate next to everyone who sat down. So you have an option for drinks. There is a wine on the table that you can have, or you can have an amasec. There are some meats on the table. There are some pudding, sweet-like things on the table. There are some sweets on the table. All sorts of goodies. Nothing like what you got on the Rogue Traders ship. These are all like basic stuff that you'd get from, you know, your local corner shop in your country. But for 40k standards, this is, you know, quite the luxury.
Yep. I'm just going to have an MSEC. I'm not going to be downing the MSEC. It's there to let my, whistle every now and then. And I'm hoping Mordecai also got a data slate so he can help me look through these things. But one thing I do really want to look is there a count of how many people are in here? In the data slate?
No, you can go through and count them if you wish. It'll take like 10, 15 minutes.
Too many. Oh, it's this thing. I'll do that, presenting that I'm actually looking at everything.
Well, I'm
Just have a
classifying
count.
you as an intelligent person, so to be able to quickly count through, you know, it'll take you about 10, 15 minutes.
It's just that I don't know how many people there are, so it's too many. I don't think not that it's not possible to count, but if it is, then I'll look through the things and count, because we did have a number of people that were supposed to be here, right?
No.
So
No.
no. The only people you know in this building are the leader, the accountant, and May. They're the only ones
What I
that
mean
you
was,
personally know.
didn't someone research the amount of people that were coming in that were not actually in the facility?
Yeah, so that's
I
one of the
researched
reasons
it,
why
don't
you're
put,
looking into
but
it. So
Yeah,
the children
no.
that are coming in with registered names disappear. Like, their names get wiped. And the children, the young adults who leave this place, have new names. And those names are put through the system. But through careful research, you noticed that there were too many children for the numbers of jobs that were going. So it looks as if they're siphoning off children, or young adults. They're siphoning them off for other deeds, which was another reason why you wanted to investigate this place.
Okay. I'm gonna start checking the categories in, and I'm not gonna do the count of every people in this thing, and then
You do want to count?
yeah.
Okay, so the time passes, there's 166. All in different categories and different numbers of different,
I would take note of the categories. How they split people apart and stuff like that. Put this in German.
I mean, essentially they break them down between what the Schola thought they were good at, to how intelligent they were on intelligence scores, to how agile. Like, there's fitness reports for each person. There's, a minor breakdown of their psychology. Like, you do get a decent amount of information when you open up each person. Like, enough information for you to make a judge on. Okay, no, this person seems acceptable. Let me have a look at them and see if this is the correct information. Like, if you want someone who's strong to work in a manufactorum, oh look, yep, no, this says that they're dumb and strong, just what I want.
Okay. I'll just spend my time scrutinizing the categories and looking at people and see if there's anything out of place. And I will look for little May in the thing.
Yeah, her name's not gonna appear. For one, I already told you that they get rid of their names in here. So she's not called she's not called May.
I was just still looking for it, just in case. If I can narrow down the search, then I'll still try to find May, but if what name she has now. So narrow
You don't
down
know
to
what name she has
children, female, and stuff like that. I can.
Will she
There's
be
no
on it
children.
because she's still young? Yeah, she's still too young.
Yeah, there's no children. Like, all the files that you open up are like 16 to 18. There's a couple that are older, like we're talking 19, 20. But that's like 3 out of 166 that are 19, 20. Most of them are 18. A few are 16, but they seem to be in like the intelligent folder, basically, category. And like, for numbers, for these people would be good at accountants, would be good at, logic work. For this, they're all there's a large number of categories, and some people do cross over, but they do give you a broad agility, intelligence. They kind of break it down that way first, and then break it down into what they would be good at in their file.
Weapon skill, ballistic skill.
That's not in there. But it seems as if it should, because you do see a willpower. You're like, well, why the fuck's willpower?
Yeah. This is weird. Why does this teenager have influence category? I don't get it.
Why is influence higher than mine?
That's hurtful. I only have 23 influence.
Wait, you have 23? I have 32. How the fuck?
I have 24.
26.
What?
Because we had to not dump, like, we had to keep willpower high and, like, a few more core things than you do high.
What? What?
No, it depends on the role, doesn't it? At the end of the day,
Yeah,
if it's
30,
dumps,
actually,
even if
32
it's a
was my lowest.
My lowest stat is influence at 23.
Same.
Wait, hang on. 15, yeah, no, 32 was my lowest. Holy crap.
32?
Yeah, 32.
Damn, you rolled well.
Influence with 26.
Jesus.
So is there anyone? Is there anything anyone would like to do whilst they are in the dining hall?
Stand behind the one I'm supposed to escort.
Bat my eyes.
Can I, again, take a look around for any side rooms and stuff, and spot if there's...
There are a couple of side rooms. You can see that this is where the the trainee servants are basically coming and going from, bringing food out, replacing. So once a dish gets too low on the table, a new one is brought out, or if it's sat there for a particularly long time and one of the tutors directs them to replace it, they replace it. But they're again both at the end where Edward sat, at the end of the dining hall.
Okay. How close is this building to the what do you call it? The Menteri Tudor building.
It's like it's in the same neighborhood at the very least.
Yeah.
It's not like right next door or anything.
Oh, okay. Alright. I miswrote that then. Okay. Okay. Oh shit. Hang on. I want to try something I spotted in the corner.
I will add on something at this point. You know when you talk to someone, an NPC in particular, and you're like, I wonder if they're telling a lie. There is a role for this. You were meant to call it out whenever you think, I want to check on this sentence. Yeah, that time has long passed, but just as a reminder, you can do that freely.
If you're talking about what I think you're talking, I didn't believe that he didn't have stocks. I just didn't roll.
Yeah, but if you don't roll, then you don't know. That's part of the game. You can't have assumptions that. Yeah, you can't just assume that this is going on without rolling. Rolling is part of the success of, okay, no, these guys definitely have got something odd going on. Because for all intents and purposes, this place is running like a Skolum should be run. just not an affluent, rich one, but there are things that are wrong. There are things that are out of place and not lining up. But yeah, that's where all the roles come in.
I'm trying to find it real quick. Oh boy. No, not that. No. 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 I don't need to know what a void chip is.
So if
don't
it
need a
helps,
trap.
after about the time that Liliana finishes counting all the names, Midas does leave the individual with his documents and goes up to Edward and passes off a number of documents over to him.
Okay.
Before going and taking a seat next to some of the other prospective buyers. It's at this point you would see that a number of young adults have walked in. Most of them seem to be quite strong. They don't have the smartest look on their faces, but they seem to be quite strong, as that's apparently what this individual is after. The person who they are all lining up next to, or in front of, isn't in the finest of clothing. Kind of middle of the road for the upper hive. But you do notice that he does have the look of him of someone who has worked all their life. He doesn't have soft, supple skin. You can see the wrinkles and the worry lines that are running through his face.
Okay. Can I watch this fellow to see what he's doing for the inspection?
Yeah, he's just got them to take their shirts off, basically, to show them their physique. He does like get them to open their mouths, and you can hear him saying, "Oh, you know, it looks like they've got all their teeth, which is a good thing. Doesn't look like there's any rot. Looks like they're all in good shape." He seems to be a manufactory owner from just the things that he seems to be asking the young adults who are lining.
Okay. I will. I'll just keep an eye out. Look around. Occasionally, just making sure everything's fine at the moment. Is there anything anyone else needs to do or wants to do at this current moment in time?
Dining hall? I mean, I'm just looking at the data slate, looking around. I still want to check the chapel, but other than that, no.
Alright.
I'll tell you what, I will give you all 2 minutes to have a little thinky poo about what you want to do next. Whilst I go and release the beast. So I'll be back in less than...
Release
Oh god.
the beast.
Right.
Raining the lizard.
So, oh god. I'm trying to remember from previous sessions what we had was the fact.
Like, my brain's a bit mushy because of the month that we didn't have things. I forgot a shit ton of stuff.
Yeah.
But this might be the good time for one of you guys to go look around outside of the dining hall.
Okay. Yeah. Which one of us do you want to go? Just get up and take a wander, more or less.
That's up to you. I mean, Ezio is technically the stealthiest one, but again, it's up to you guys.
Yeah. This is one where I'm like hitting a wall of like, what do I do? But I can't really seduce anyone. They're all guys.
This is what
They might
happens
like
when
twins.
you have an investigation, an infiltration run for information. I was listening to everything you said, by the way.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry.
One of you can leave the dining hall if you so wish. There's nothing stopping you. I'll tell you because, to be honest, your roles have been kind of shitty all night for some of you. Your group has been getting some strange looks. You're the only ones here who have bodyguards with them. And the two rigorists have been eyeing your bodyguards constantly.
Oh.
Yeah, I was gonna say the
They like
shitty
you
roles
guys.
we've got definitely doesn't help.
Yeah, no, Apple's just a bit of a bitch today. Alright. How about... How about if Mordecai stays with Liliana and Ezio when I go take a look around then? Because if they're watching us, they might... Alright, watch them, see what they do, and when Ezio and I go off and, take a look around. Make it look as if we're looking around on behalf of you two while you're looking at the data slip.
Yep. Sounds good.
Yep, works for me.
Alright. And I'll make it look as if I was told something, give him a nod, and just stand up and walk on out. And just
I followed that is.
don't follow, just walk around and make it look as if you're looking around. Or, like, not looking around specifically for anything in particular, just taking a look around on behalf of...
Maybe look at the kids that were just brought in, that sort of thing.
Yeah, look at the kids, look around.
Young adult.
There was classrooms. Yeah, can I actually go down the hall and take a peek into the classrooms and stuff? And
There's no classrooms on this floor. This floor, there's just the washrooms and the dining hall. And no, you walk to the end of the corridor, and then you go up, and that leads you to the chapels. Then,
right,
because
okay.
you got the plan from the Chronicalarium, so you know that the third floor is the teacher's living room. Basically, that's where they're all there. And the 4th to 6th floors are all classrooms, and the 7th floor and up are the children's rooms.
Okay. And the chapel is on the 3rd?
2nd floor. So you go up one more, go up the flight of staircases, and you'll be in the chapel floor. There are other rooms on the floors, like they're for just storage purposes. But mainly the floors are taken up with one big notable thing, which, is the dining hall, the grand hall, and the chapel.
Okay. Then I'll walk to the bathroom first and just, do the thing in there while
watch you.
Ezio. Yep.
The rigorists take note when Ezio leaves.
I go down and take a look at the Are the people who are doing the trainings exercises? Or fitness exercises?
They're down. They're on the first floor. They're on the ground floor.
I said I would go though, didn't I?
Okay. So
Should
you
they
leave the
stop
first
me,
floor
or-
and you head. No one stops you. They just take note that you're. Remember, you guys look like bodyguards. No one else here has bodyguards, so the security is going to be watching the bodyguards because they've clearly got weapons to protect the people who they're bodyguarding. So the
is
two
there
riggers
anyone
just
in the bathroom?
have taken note of. Let me see. There's no staff as far as you can see. Yeah, there seems to be a dude who sat on the toilet. You can hear him humming like an imperial tune.
I'll sit in the toilet and just wait for him to finish, and when I believe he's gone, I'll see if anyone remembers to bring the combat.
It sounds like he's having a really, really large shit, because there's kind of little moans and groans coming from there. So it takes a 2 minute, maybe a 3 minute, where he's just like, oh God, Emperor, oh, and there's some like moans and groans.
So big. Oh.
But there's a big ploff as he's like, thanks the throne. Oh, I shouldn't have. And like I said, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. The normal time for a turd. No iPhones to keep you in there for longer. You hit the combi bead. Everyone does respond because they do all have combi beads.
Alright, I'll just ask them, trying to keep us quietly. So, were we being watched, or was there any specific attention drawn to us?
Well, certainly do have their eyes on you. I say as I'm looking at the data slate, just scrolling.
I will add for Mordecai and for Liliana, it will be much more difficult for you to talk on your to talk on your combi beads is going to look more suspicious than for Ezio and Darius.
Yeah.
Just because you're in a
what do I
room
do?
with people.
Do I have to touch the combi to talk, right?
Yes.
And it's in my ear. So I'll just brush my hair a little bit, touch the combi, and look at Mordecai and pretend that I'm talking to Mordred.
I mean, I was gonna say I could lean up to your ear real close and whisper into it.
No.
Boy.
I mean, that works.
You can, but you don't say it like that.
So I will tell you can leave combi beads open, so they are always broadcasting, but then you do have to turn them off.
Yeah.
And
I'll leave mine
in the
open when I do
lore,
that.
you use up the battery quicker doing that, but they don't
Yeah,
have battery
sure,
life in the game, so.
Okay. Well. This is not getting announced.
Darius up as the combi. We're all here. Oh, thank the Emperor. Fluff.
No, I waited until he finished. If you remember
know,
correctly.
Sorry. We had to.
Right. Okay. I'll just mutter into the microphone. If they're watching us, maybe you guys can sneak around a little easier than we can. So I'm going to go up to the chapel.
Just one thing. The rigorous, they didn't leave and go check on them, right? They just stayed and watched them leave.
Yes.
Do they have comm boots?
You don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of like did they make a motion to do a comm boot? I'm asking them, like, did they do anything like?
They haven't seen anything. you can scrutiny perception.
I
Then
would
if you'd
like to do that.
Yep, I'd definitely
Sure.
like to do that.
Scrutiny perception. I will
Thank
give you
you.
a plus 10.
Plus 10. Okay, so that's, yeah, that should be 50, not 40.
So, Mordecai, as you look over at the rigorists, you can definitely, now they're wearing the same uniform as the tutors, except from they have a black ring around their cowled, the cowls of their hoods. Not all of them have their hoods up, but you can definitely see, look, there's a black ring round his neck, the material on his neck. And it does look as if they have pistol-like weapons on them, because you can just make out the bulge of a holster on their hips. One of them seems a bit larger, though. You're not sure.
He's just happy to see
Well,
you.
it's more than a bit larger, but actually you do have you've seen weapons that are kind of that bulky size before.
He's got a hand cannon or something.
Is that what we're calling?
Maybe. Mordecai doesn't
Or a
really
Punisher
use
baton.
pistols that much, so he's like, yeah, it's a bulky gun of some type. Pistol
Hey, I do
variant,
use a
was it?
pistol. I have a
When?
pistol which I use.
When have you fired it? When have you fired it in anger to kill something in battle?
I think Liliana has actually fired her pistol more than Mordecai, and that's really saying something.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That
we
is
forgetting
saying
when-
something.
Are we forgetting when I immolated half a club with my pistol?
That's
Yeah, you
not a
still fired
pistol.
once.
That's not a
That's
pistol,
a
that's a
flamethrower.
It's a pistol-sized hand flamer.
Yeah,
Anyway.
no, it's a little bit different. Little bit different in size. It's a big, bulky pistol type weapon, but you don't know what it is. It's not the size of a hand flamer. I'll give you that one.
But yeah, you're also right. I
I'll
haven't
let you-
fired that much either. Fired it once.
I will tick that one off for you because you would at least have held one. You've had one on your hip with robes over it, so you know what that looks like. But yeah, it's not one of them.
So I lean over to
And no
Anna,
combi beads
and-
that you can see. No wires running up to their ears that you can see anywhere.
Yeah. So I just lean over to Anna, getting real close next to her, make it look like I'm whispering twinkishly into her ear, and activate her comm bead and relay that
No,
info.
my company's already active. It's open, goddammit.
Oh, then I just speak into your ear and relay it, just trying to make it look like I'm being what I'm trying to look like I'm being. So like, yeah, they can't see the one on them, but they have this black ring thing around their neck, and they've got weapons. One of them is really packing some heat. I think he might have a thing for me. Either that or he's got a pistol in his pocket.
Focus on the operation. We should never let you get into that party at all.
I regret it every single moment of my life afterwards.
Oh, I just
Alright.
enjoy messing with you guys.
Watch them for a moment. I'm going to make my way up to the chapel. If they make any kind of motion to inform a combi, that means we're definitely being Darius and I, Ezio and I are definitely being watched. So
If
you
they
may have
follow,
less.
Well, Ezio's downstairs looking at the children again.
Yeah.
if they do follow you,
That's
I
so,
may,
so wrong
slip off.
when you say that like that.
Yeah.
Alright.
It-
Also, be right back.
Sure. I will.
Okay, so Darius, you leave the bathroom and head to the chapel.
Yep.
The rigorists do not leave the dining hall. Mordecai and Liliana would probably notice that one of them does like peer around the door as they hear footsteps leading up the corridor. but they don't make any motion as if they have a comm bead at all.
Okay.
You make your way up. Do you want to roll anything as you head up, or are you okay just going up?
Is there any like doorways or doors along this hallway as I'm heading towards the stairs that appear? Like, I know the main ones here are the dining hall and restrooms, but is there anything like smaller skill rooms or even storage?
There's a couple of storage rooms. Yeah, there's a couple of storage rooms that are lining the corridor. Sure.
Yeah, I'll just take a quick look around, see if the door is ajar, if there's anything I can spot inside, or if there's anyone going in and out of one of them.
No, you don't see anyone, any students or any young adults going up and down the main corridors, and all the bloody motorbike. All the storage rooms that you open, you know, they just have boxes in with like.
I don't really open them. I see if the door itself is like ajar or anything, and then just take a quick peek. Or
yeah, they all seem to give.
Okay.
Yeah, they all seem to give to your scrutiny. They all seem to be unlocked.
All right.
But as you make your way up,
hang on, just real quick. Is there any from the walk from the bathroom to the stairs? Is there anything along the lines of symbols on the doors, like icons for this is WC for water closet, one for actual dining hall, nothing like that?
No, there's nothing for like janitorial goods or for linen for the tables. It just seems to be a thing that the students are taught to remember.
Okay. I'll carry on up the stairs to the church then.
Sure. As you go up, you get to the corridor that leads to the church. Now, or the chapel within the Schola. This area seems to be better well kept. You can actually see that the murals depicting, essentially, yes, it's Sanguinius, Guilliman, and the Emperor completing great deeds with the Ultima Segmentum units. Like you can see in some areas, there's the white. No, not white. Hang on. Is it? No, it's blue and gold. The Ultima Segmentum's.
Yeah.
Their navy's fleet.
Yeah, the livery is blue and gold.
It's basically Ultramarines.
So you can see in some of the mural, you can see like the blue and gold ships of the Ultima Segmentum's Imperial Navy, and you can see the Ultramarines marching. Sanguinius is more there as the angel coming down, and the God Emperor is smiting back the darkness. It's only really showing darkness as the enemy. It doesn't actually show any Xenos or any abominations.
Okay.
But this part of the floor seems to be a really high quality wood that's actually kept. It looks as if they are actively maintaining this corridor. And as you get to the door to the chapel, and again there are utility rooms on off the side of this corridor, and the doors all give. You can get into them, but it's things like candles. It's dressing fixtures and fittings and dressing stuff for different imperial holidays that you would put up in the chapel, and different saints iconography and stuff that you put up for this Imperial Saint Day.
Okay.
As you get to the chapel itself.
No, actually, it might be in the chapel, so carry on. Sorry.
So as you get to the chapel doors, again, it's of wood, which is, shows some quality and finery, but it's two Imperial Aquillas carved into a very fine, almost golden, it's almost got a golden luster to the aging on the wood. The doors are shut, however. You check, and there's no tension on the door. You can easily open it. As you look in, this is quite a fine chapel to the God Emperor. There's enough seating for, a good 60, 70 people comfortably, maybe 200 if you squeeze and push them in. Give me a scrutiny perception if you want to see if there's anything else.
Okay. Are there any rigorators, or what are they called, sorry?
Rigorists.
Rigorists. Are there any rigorists in here?
No, and you didn't see any on the corridor along from the chapel corridor, basically, leading to the other staircase.
Perception.
Yep.
Oh, finally a good roll.
Ooh, okay. So, as you look round, perhaps bowing your head to the Imperial Quilla, perhaps stopping and having a quick word with Big E yourself, you look around and everything seems completely in place. Nothing seems out of the ordinary. And then you come to the altar. You see that the altar has a... essentially it's a book stand, but the book is covered by a casing. And as you test the casing, it gives way and you can open it up. As you open it up, it looks as if, well, this can't be right. The good book, the Lectitio de Nivitatis, is not there. Instead, another book sits there.
Okay. Can I read the front of this book?
Oh no.
Can you read High Gothic?
I cannot.
Steal it.
It's a glass case, right?
No. So it's a case that folds out like butterflies. The wings,
okay.
the case opens up, and then you can essentially place the book on top of the case to keep it open. So you can preach from the good book, and the good book is on display. But yeah, there's a different book inside.
Okay.
I have a
You can open
question.
the book and look through it if you wish, but without High Gothic, you cannot read it.
Real quick. No, I'll say that for the end of the session. That's all right. Yeah. Can I take a quick look over my shoulder, look around, see if there's nothing like no one slinking in the shadows or camera watching me?
I'll give you on your scrutiny that you didn't see any camera equipment in here. It is dimly lit. I should have mentioned that. There's a few candles alight on the altar to the God Emperor, not just a speaking altar. Like the statue behind you, there's a few candles alight. And there's a couple of promethium torches on very low burn that are providing the light in here.
Okay. Are there any more like bookcases or anything like have smaller?
No.
Or...
No, there's no other bookcases that you can see. This is
I don't have like a backpack or anything to lead ourselves.
Time to stuff it in your pants.
No. I'm just gonna combat that. Any of you guys speak High Gothic?
I do, of course.
Right. Oh. I don't know if I... Is there any chance that I actually have my, Oh,
Camera?
shit. Did I bring my pick recorder?
Didn't we load up with the?
Did we make a point to bring like the pick recording equipment, right?
I mean, I hope so.
Yeah, we did make a point to like get stuff to bring.
I do remember that I wanted to get a best big recorder because it's the smallest one. I think you had it.
Yeah,
I know. I have a vid capture one,
I
and
had
Mordecai has a photograph one.
Yeah.
Photograph one. Yeah.
I have
None-
both the good
none of-
and best.
None of us have best. We have good or normal. Because best
No.
is.
I have a good and a best
Oh.
because we talked about this. Yeah.
Isn't your
Good.
best a for holographic pictures though?
That's because you told me that the best quality. That's what all best quality bit recorders were at the time.
No, that's what a civilian. That's what a civilian.
okay.
Like you can't get it. You can't get like military grade stuff. You can't get inquisitorial grade
Oh yeah.
stuff.
Okay. Okay, that
but
makes
the
a bit
best you
sense
could
now.
get for a civilian is a best quality because nobles want their photos taken in 3D apparently. So yeah, that's the best that you could get at the time, which is useful if you want to take three-dimensional photos to study later.
Like I have already several times.
So can I pull my pick recorder out and give it a quick capture over the cover itself, open up a couple of pages and get a good kind of open page, stare at it, turn the page, stare at it, just for first. Actually, is there any bookmarks in this? You know the way they have like little felts?
No, there isn't a bookmark in it.
Oh, okay.
Don't even have the book ribbon. They really don't
Yeah,
care
the
about
book
this
ribbon.
book.
Oh no, so
Yeah,
there is a
I'll-
book ribbon, but it's on the front page. It does look like they use it to hold pages, or where they last were.
Okay.
Heathens. I bet they fold the corner of the page. I bet they're those people.
Do they? Are there any dog ears
No.
in this book? Okay. But yeah, can I do that? Get back photo.
Oh, so the book is dog. The book does have many dog ears on it, but it's from use. And if you are flicking through it,
no dog ears.
Yeah.
so you don't see any of the imperial, like basically the drawings, like you would see in a proper old school Bible. You don't see any of the illuminated images of the God Emperor and his avenging angels. You don't see anything like that. But there are pages that are illuminated. Do you look at the illuminated? Do you look at the pretty pictures, Darius?
I gotta know what the pretty pictures are. I'll probably take a pic recorder and pic recording of them too.
Okay, so as you look at the pretty pictures, the pretty pictures, can you roll me willpower, please?
Yep. Here we go.
I fucking knew it.
I knew it the moment you said it wasn't the Lectitio Divinitatis. I was like, yep, here it comes.
Okay, here we go.
We got this, buddy. Yes.
Holy shit! Please get higher willpower.
You succeed. You
No.
succeed.
Also, yes,
Really
please.
expensive.
Running around with two psychers. You need more willpower.
These
succeed,
images are blasphemous. You know that, Darius, because the primer has told you, and religion, the imperial cult as it is, would tell you that these are images that should not be seen.
Are they
They
no-no
don't have
symbols?
any of the no. There's no
No-no
symbols in the book, but just the images that it shows.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
for example,
Can I make sure I could?
it shows humans and Xenos working together in one of the images.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh no.
Oh,
The tentacle kind of Xenos.
No.
I think that's the fish face kind of the Xenos.
Oh no.
The blueberries.
The
Yeah.
great good.
These people, if they are actually towel lovers, this is actually good/bad.
No, it's not. Heresy.
It's always good.
It does mean we
No.
can get both rifles.
Down, Professor.
No,
But it
no,
does.
we're not having downgrades.
It's not an entire book on Xenos. Like the other images that you go through and you look at, they're not of Xenos. But just the imagery, the iconography, just everything about it just screams wrongness to you, but in a very subtle way.
Let's acquire this book.
They're not
And
actually
essentially,
Xenos,
it's just-
because I don't know what demons are.
It's it's essentially like you can see that there are very blasphemous things in the book
They're
that just
not
wouldn't
humans.
break, you know, living under such a strict the Imperial cult, and it's difficult to, like, for example, no fish on, like, you don't eat meat on
Sundays.
shit, when do
Friday.
Catholics not eat
Sunday.
yeah, there are rules to every religion.
Yeah.
These
you don't
rules are
eat,
being
red meat
broken.
on the Sabbath.
Yeah, that's the one, the Sabbath.
That's Sunday.
these rules are being broken in these illuminated pictures.
Oh god.
But it is in a very proto-Gothic style, or a very old Gothic style. It's not modern, a modern book. You can see that it's well used and well worn in areas. But no pages have been folded to mark this page for something.
Can I actually point this out real quick? Low Gothic is basically Low Gothic is actually the go-to language even for pre-Heresy Imperium, because Low Gothic was the old High Gothic, and now High Gothic is the new Low Gothic. It's the way the whole thing works around it, because the way linguistics work, even the pur folk will always adopt the go-to trade language. It's
Yeah, this is definitely
yeah, it's still old. Yeah,
the way
it's going to be in a
the way
completely
that
different dialect.
the way that the books, that the way that the images look, because you can't go on the words, so the way the images look at the very least is like really old Imperial architecture. Like if you've ever seen a statue of a space marine that was stuck there and they're like, this is from the Great Crusade era, you're like, wow, that looks completely different to modern space marines. You know, the way that they're carved and presented, just because of the time, the changing of artists'
It's been
perspective.
10,000 years. Yeah, it's propaganda, and the way things are made is completely different now.
But the book isn't 10,000 years. Just the it looks like it's a copy of a book that could have been round that period, because that's the art style of the pictures. Again, not that Darius is an expert in art ages and periods of the Imperium.
Darius, the former guardsman and low-key art aficionado.
I mean, he probably had a lot of spare time during his tours.
Oh.
Darius was
Is it
actually
blood? Is it
stealing.
blood on the wall? Is it blood on the wall, or is it a Jackson Pollock in your heart?
Oh no. But yeah, I'm making sure I'm recording as much of this stuff as I can with the pig recorder, and then putting it back. And Looking around to make sure there's nothing else that's really... Well, I already did with the screening test, but I'll take a seat and say a prayer to the Emperor. Because, by the Emperor, I am going to need guidance.
Do you want me to burn it?
Shit has gone sideways, and as I'm... No, I'll wait till I finish my prayer. Something else, hurry up. I need time to think.
I mean, I was going to try and sneak off, but then it ended up being like, oh, they didn't follow you. Shit.
Listen, this is a Schola. Schola is basically a school. I don't want to be a school shooter. Let's carry on. Get some...
I just whisper, like, Darius, you need a hand up there.
I need a moment to pray. Give me a couple of minutes.
I just look at you, just like, Mistress, can I go powder my nose?
I'm just gonna give her this vile sideways look, like, sure, go be happy, Mordred.
Thank you. I leave, happy, prancing, and make my way up to the chapel.
Part of my nose. Chapel.
My combi is still clearly open, so you just hear, oh, by the Emperor's massive packs, give me strength.
Oh, you're into that? Okay. Well, Mordecai will have to go to the gym a little bit more. But yeah, I'm gonna prance and skip and be happy and happy-go-lucky and make my way up to the chapel. And try not to be followed. And checking behind me as I go around corners and that sort of stuff.
Can I make sure I've actually put the book away before I went down to say the prayers? I don't remember if I said that or not.
Sure. Sure, you can do that.
My computer is having a breakdown here.
Do you want me to roll scrutiny perception, by the way, to check if I'm being followed or not?
The rigorists don't move. They stay where they are.
Okay.
I mean, essentially, you can literally stop at the stairs and turn around and see if someone... Like, Liliana would notice that both the rigorists kind of see him prancing and stare at him prancing out of the hallway and out of the dining hall and kind of shake their heads.
I'll probably wink at one of them when they're looking at me in disgust. It's like, yeah, you know you want it.
You get a look of loathing back.
Oh, by the Emperor.
And then when I get out there, it's like, Darius, where are you?
I'm sitting in one of the pews, head bowed, and actually reciting one of the prayers from the primer. Hang on, I'll find the proper one. What's the utility prayer?
Out of character. Oh, I want that book.
Oh no, I want it. I want it so badly.
I have a digital copy. I've shared it like 3 or 4 times now.
I know. But
No, not the primer. The Xenos.
That book. Okay.
Yeah, I want the book.
If you come over, I'll tell you about what I found, and I'll stashing the camcorder back in my pocket.
What's wrong? You look like you've seen a thing I shouldn't mention.
Something I found a book or tome or something that's a little blasphemous.
Oh.
And I point towards the little gold box thing and turn to praying for guidance from the Emperor.
I'm gonna roll first Psyniscience to look at it. Then I'm gonna actually look at it with warp sense. If he says it's a blasphemous book, I'm like, fuck that shit.
Just one small question. Am I the only one that knows High Gothic?
Probably.
I think I know it, but I don't have any linguistics written down, so I'll need to check through.
Yeah, if you didn't buy it, then you don't have it.
No, what I mean is, like, I thought I had it as
Wait,
my
wasn't your
background, but-
background noble?
No, my background was research, but I can't remember if Research Station gives it or not. Is my
Research,
point.
as far as I'm aware, research doesn't get it. Neither does Noble. The only one that does is Adeptus Administratum.
No, I'm pretty sure Noble gets it.
No, I'm pretty sure no one doesn't get it, and it's dumb.
Oh yeah, we have.
I know
talked
for a
about
fact.
it last-
I know for a fact Nobles don't, because I played a Noble Guard captain who had to buy High
okay.
Gothic at a very high cost to make sense of his
Sororitas do
backstory.
get it, but we don't have Sororitas.
Oh, I think it's because no, I don't have it. But I've done enough research. I might be able to get some chicken scratch. He says, knowing that's not gonna happen.
What's the special rule for the research world?
Every 2 points you get into a thing, you get
Again,
the
A forbidden
forbidden
law.
law.
A related or identical forbidden law.
Never mind then.
Yeah. But can I Sinicience it? For a
Sure.
start. Because he said it's blasphemous. Blasphemous shit is bad.
There is no warp corruption going on here.
Okay. I just say to Darius, like, while you're praying, just don't kill me if this goes wrong. And I'm gonna cast Warp Perception.
No promises.
Sire rating 1. Doubles, double. Thank fuck.
Oh, damn.
Right.
Thing is, it was hovering over an 8, and then rolled over to a 10 for me. I was like, shit. But yeah, does it look weird in the warp? Because I get a natural senses 10. Because I cast it at side rating 1, so I could get a natural senses 10 meter.
So it's not connected to the warp.
Okay.
However,
Okay.
I can tell you that if you look at it, I will want a willpower test.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at it. But he said it was blasphemous, so I'm doing all the shit I was taught to do when dealing with blasphemous stuff first.
As you're approaching it, I'm just going to go like, fucking see
The
Why is your target for warp perception 98?
cast it at side rating 1, so I'm getting plus 20.
Oh, is this something? This is something from a tree, not actual warp sense. Never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, no. What perception is an actual? It's a divination power.
Ah.
Sorry. That's why I got confused.
I will be sustaining it whilst, because it's a sustain as well. I will be sustaining it whilst I walk up to it to look at it a bit in closer detail. And I will roll willpower. Am I getting any bonuses for like resistance sphere, adamantium faith? I don't have protection, psychic power yet. Bugger.
Adamantium faith is only for fear.
Oh yeah. So this isn't a
Yes,
fear
I'm
check.
aware.
This is just a willpower.
Yes, just willpower.
Flat willpower. I'm going to take that because I was looking at it in the warp. That's why I was only just successful. Because
So I
I'm
will
looking
tell
at
you
it on
now,
2 planes.
If you fail, you do take 1 point of corruption. It's corruption because it is changing the way you think about the Imperial cult.
Yeah.
It is weakening your faith and thus your resolve against the temptations of chaos. But it's not actually a chaotic tome.
But yeah. So I'm just seeing like things that look like Xenos. Would any of my forbidden laws apply to this? Namely, the two that I actually have access to, Warp and Tyranids. To what those Xenos look like. Or
You can roll Warp for me.
Do it.
okay.
But you do need a number of degrees of success to put the 2 and 2.
I'm gonna re-roll.
No. I said a number of degrees. You've got 2. It wasn't a just. So. The thing about
No, this wrong way round. I rolled a 57, and
Oh no, yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, my brain fucked up there.
Went
Yeah,
into
you may want to
fantasy
re-roll
mode. Yeah. Fuck, Corn. Corn has his eye on me.
Sorry, you just can't put. And again, you're looking at the pretty colours, the pretty pictures as well here.
Yeah.
So you can't put your finger on it either. You're just like, well, I don't understand. There's something about it, but I'm not quite sure what.
Can I go up to it? It's like, Darius, did you pick this up and touch it at all?
Yeah, I got some recordings of the inside. I can't read it, so I was hoping Liliana could read it. See what's
So
there.
it's not alarmed.
No.
I'm gonna do something stupid, Darius. I go up to it.
You're not doing that yet. I'm leaving first. I'm going downstairs if you're going to take that thing.
I'm not taking it all. I'll just go up to it and rip several pages out, including the color drawings.
Oh,
You realise you've got digital. You rip
You said
out
he touched it. It's not an alarm.
a number of pages. Okay, cool.
It's not taking the whole
you
book.
close the book.
Fuck that. I can't hide that.
You close. You tear out a few pages of this book. That's and then you close the thing up, and then you leave. Darius, I'm guessing, is some way down the corridor.
I already left. I am gone.
Yeah, and I stuff it. I stuff the. I fold them up and stuff them down my pants.
oh. God. I'm hoping your microbead isn't open.
You just hear. So like, it's a good chunk of pages, but.
Oh. Don't stop.
But like,
stop.
Did you see any cameras in here?
If I hear that, I'll literally I'll drop the tablet thingy. Forgot how to say it. On the table, massage my head heavily, and go like, "Oh, Emperor, give me strength."
I just might repeat. I'm gonna go back to the Raven's Nest, Raven's Court. I'll see you guys back there.
Just massaging my table. Oh, Emperor, give me strength.
Alright.
If you're gonna rip the pages, just steal the whole entire...
I can't smuggle the entire book out. So I'm taking the pages with the pictures and a couple either side with some of the writing. It's like probably like 6 pages total.
Oh, fuck.
Because I can smuggle that out in my jimmies.
Emperor, please take me on your bosom and keep me from this darkness.
Told you I was going to do something stupid.
I know. Don't worry. This is just hockey. I'm just massaging myself.
Like
naming Emperor's body parts.
As per usual. Alright. Yeah, I'm going back up with Ada. Liliana.
Oh, you head back
Okay,
to the
so you come back.
Raven.
You come back into the dining room, and our twink friend leaves.
I'm
That's
just gonna,
fine.
as soon as I see Darius, I'm just gonna turn off the mic. Not turn off the microphone. I'm just gonna, motion him for him to come closer. I'm gonna ask, get everything out of the book before he ruined it, like pictures.
I got more than a few pages, at least.
Oh, very well.
Make me die. I'm gonna get caught. I know it, but
Right. Where is Ezio? Still upstairs, or?
I would have returned after a minute or two.
I believe he was watching the children.
Alright. Oh boy. Maybe we should get out before we do any more damage. Maybe one of might wanna butter him up a little, so that we might talk in future, either to him or the accountant.
I plan on actually calling a few of these peoples from this list to just look them over before I actually said anything and left. But now that one of us has actually stolen pages of a weird book that we know nothing about, I feel like perhaps we should leave and come back later.
Sorry, I zoned out for a bit. Did we leave the building already?
No. just good old moderate guy.
you're not getting all of the pages I ripped out of the book either. I'm keeping some. But you won't know that.
You can't read it, damn it.
I will try. How do you expect me to learn?
I mean, you don't need to be able to read to enjoy the pictures.
God damn it.
Oh boy, I'm gonna get beaten stick.
I'm gonna pretend like everything is fine if Darius doesn't say anything about us leaving. I'm actually gonna, look through the list, find someone buff, and ask them to come. Then I'm gonna take off your shirt, spin around, show me your teeth, show me your biceps and stuff like that, and I'll just note it down in my personal latest blade, and thank you for your service. You can go. Talk later.
Okay, yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, just making sure that I look fine too.
Sure, yeah, you can do that and look the part and try to make it look like you're not just here to sabotage their good book and then leave. Sure.
Oh God. Yeah.
Hey,
Oh.
I was torn between burning it and my quest for knowledge. What do you want from me?
Do you use your brain and don't blow out the cover?
I didn't blow the cover. There was no one there.
Jim, I will give you on the data slate. There is a comms number that says, if you'd like to arrange a private meeting. This is the box code that you call, because he did mention it to you.
Yeah, I'll save that number. I was going to ask one of the people before I left, but it's already there. I'm just going to save it. And I'm going to take that into my notes and say that I have the number for the Schola.
Sure.
Okay.
few more, like half an hour in this place. I'm guessing.
Sure, yeah.
Then,
Spend another half an hour checking out the meat, taking down notes.
Both male and female. Checking some brains too, taking notes. And then I'll get up. I guess I'll just go to the bathroom before I leave.
Sure, you can
Is
do
there
that. You can go.
anything different in the female bathroom to the male bathroom?
No. Well, yeah, there's no
I'm gonna go to
urinals.
the chat, obviously. But, I'll get out of the bathroom. I'm expecting Bob and Angus to be outside waiting for me. And I'm going to say, I think I'm going to head up to the chapel just for a second to say my prayers. And maybe just look at the name of the book. I'm going to make sure that there's no one next to us when I say that, as I will be whispering.
Your footsteps lead up the hallway to the staircase that leads you up to the chapel.
Yeah. Is there anyone in
You
here?
can go and have a look at the. Nope. Nope. It's exactly as how Darius left it.
I'm going to ask one of them to keep an eye, and I'm going to look at the name of the book. Alright.
Willpower test, please.
Any bonuses to this, such as fear or psychic? No. Okay. Power.
No.
I'm going to use a fate point. Much better.
Fucking Corn. Corn wants us to
Okay,
not get
so-
corrupted, apparently.
So as you look at the book, you read the High Gothic that is on the front as the belief and blessings of the King in Yellow.
Oh,
The belief and blessings of the King in Yellow.
Out of character, what's the significance and why did you say oh?
King of Yellow is a reference to H.P. Lovecraft.
Yeah.
Oh shit. I apologize. I don't know why that exploded.
I didn't think it was Lovecraft. I thought it was just a Lovecraftian.
It's a Lovecraft. It's Lovecraftian story. It's a story within the Lovecraft universe. Thing.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Custom.
I can tell you now. It's got nothing to do with that. I will
Yeah,
be
that's what
generous. I have no idea what you're on about with the Lovecraftian.
Oh, really?
story. Yes.
Oh, okay. No, no,
Yeah, it's
but
got
the
nothing
King
to
in
do with
Yellow himself. Oh, okay. Complete accident.
Yeah, no, it's got nothing. It's got nothing to do with that. I've taken all of my inspiration from the 40k universe.
I'm going to scroll through a few pages. Just read the synopsis, the back of the book, and stuff like that.
There's
don't
no
think they put
synopsis,
synopsis.
but as you
No,
flick
they don't
through,
worry about religious texts.
as you flick through the book and beginning, the book talks about how humanity has been blinded from the truth, and how the King in Yellow will illuminate our visions and show us the true path, the true way forwards. We should not be working in drudgery and blight. We should not suffer for every little thing that we have, but the King in Yellow will provide illumination so long as we provide him with our faith. And essentially it goes on and talks about how we should dedicate ourselves to the King in Yellow, how his love will enlighten us, how his words will provide us the sounds of angels, how it goes on and on.
I really want to
However,
steal this book right now.
as you read snippets of the book, you notice something. Sounds like a lot of preachers you've heard preaching about the God Emperor. Little snippets. His light will chase away the darkness. Well, that line's written in this book. His angels will come and provide salvation to those in need. Well, that's also written in this book.
Did we perchance get the Old Testament, basically, of the Bible?
No. There are clearly things that are wrong
So
with the book.
This is basically...
The images that you can see when lining up with the words that you're reading, it's not Big E. These are not, the Sanguinius is not there. There are not Imperial Saints singing. But there are, misshapen things that look like Xenos. But kind of...
Don't.
aren't?
How good is Bob's pick recorder? And how big is this book?
It's a large book. It's a big, thick tome.
Shit.
Yeah, no, we're not going to be able to record all of it unless we're sitting up here for 10 to 20 minutes. So we're going to arouse suspicion.
Why do you think I ripped a chunk out of it and fucked off?
I'm debating internally because I probably have a purse, right?
Don't steal it.
It's a big, thick tome. A
Do
purse.
I'm not gonna steal it. I'm just gonna note it down, flip a little bit, say that this is a weird ass book.
Rip some more of it out.
I'm not gonna rip any pages. I'm just gonna close the book exactly how it was. Stop reading the book. Go to the image of the Big E that I'm hoping is inside this place. I'm gonna make the sign of the Aquila. Oh, and by the Emperor's statutes, he said, please give me strength. And I'll leave.
Sure. And are you leaving?
Yeah.
So you gather up your entourage -1, and you make your way out. With all the pleasantries that the tutors should have. I will point out, because I did point it out before, as you go to leave the first floor dining hall, you get to the staircase that leads down to the ground floor. There is a tutor there.
Mm-hmm.
There is a guy in grey robes there who basically can look all the way up the corridor. Just so we're you leave the building with all the pleasantries and niceness that you can muster. You grab Ezio as he's stood drooling, watching the children work.
God,
Jesus Christ.
I love how it's him that's drooling.
he's also
And,
that said he
you-
came back to the
I
group
wasn't
after a
doing.
while.
I said I followed them.
So okay, no, you are with us. Okay, sorry, I just wasn't sure if you were AFK or not. You gather up your party. You go out of the Schola, where you can see that some of the other people outside have finished with their conversations and are now beginning to slowly dribble in to the Schola itself. You go to your car, and you open the door, and there's a smiling twink there holding a bulge in his pants. You enter the car and you make your way back to the Raven Court, and that is where our drone zooms off into the sky to send off the valuable information that it has acquired. One of the team is a moron. But we'll have to find out the consequences of his actions in future episodes. Because this is the end of our current.
Christ almighty.
I certainly hope you've all enjoyed this episode, and I hope that this episode has got you all thinking about the consequences I can level on such actions that have been performed in this episode.
For this that I couldn't even interfere.
Hey,
I certainly hope you will all join us again next week when we'll find out what happens with these consequences. Or just join us on Thursday, where we will be diving on back into Mordheim, City of the Damned, our Warhammer Fantasy campaign. So thank you so much for watching. Take care, everyone. Keep self-isolating, and as always, bye-bye for now.
Bye for now. Don't give in to Nurgle.